So I'm smoking this joint. I'm checking out this new YouTuber, or I don't know if he's a new YouTuber. Let me rephrase that. Checking out a YouTuber that I'm enjoying, and as I'm listening to his podcast or whatever, I'm checking out my fucking tweet feed. My first question is, when the fuck did I start following Lady Gaga? Right? Because I don't give a shit about Lady Gaga. Not one fucking shit about Lady Gaga. Somewhere along the way on this new Twitter account for Rodney Dangermouth here, I got Lady Gaga, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm all like, I wake up every day in a house that was built by slaves, and I'm like, no, you didn't. Michelle Obama did. And right? And then she's all, what an incredibly strong leader you are. And I start thinking to myself, what? And then I see this. Why Michelle Obama's house built by slaves line was so iconic. It gave us a dose of what we desperately need reality. Okay. Fuck yeah. We absolutely do need a dose of reality, so let Rodney fucking Dangermouth be your guide. No, it wasn't. Okay? Okay. The White House was not built by slaves. Some slaves were procured to help build the White House, but white construction laborers, white craftsmen, freedmen, that's black people who were free and could work, those people built the slaves. Or built, yeah, they built the slaves. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit angry. It makes me jumble. Those people built the fucking White House. Okay, some slaves were procured. They were the slaves' owners were paid for their labor, and they worked on the White House. Yes, but you know what? It doesn't make the fucking White House built by slaves. It makes the White House built by a bunch of people, including some slaves. Okay, the fucking pyramids at Giza, those were built by fucking slaves. The White House was not. So fuck Michelle Obama. It wasn't iconic. It was hyperbolic. It was neurolinguistic programming designed specifically to make you react to your pre-programmed, predispositioned emotional reaction to the word of slavery. That's it. That's all it was. It's not real. If she gave a fuck about slaves, she would have mentioned how after she looks back and wakes up every morning in a house built by slaves, she fucking reaches over and checks her fucking Facebook on a cell phone built by slaves. She didn't mention that. She don't mention the 46 million people in slavery today. I think I read 10 million Russian and Eastern European women are in this country in America being bought and sold specifically for rape. No fucking words coming out of Miss Obama's mouth about that, huh? Why it's so iconic is because once again, it's another fucking example of what the amazing atheist is talking about in his newest video about don't call him racist, which is uh, black culture being a victimhood culture. Again, that's not racist. That's just making an observation. That's simply making an observation. That's all. You're just making an observation. And it's such a fucking obvious observation that the President of the United States' wife will get on national television and trigger your emotional response to the word slavery by vicariously suffering the historical plight of some fucking people who were, by the way, some of the last slaves ever hired by the U.S. government. Our video stream is really shitty, guys. I apologize. I don't know if this will be any better. A little bit. A little bit. Yo, I'm just saying, people. I'm still gonna do a special episode about this topic. I'm still gonna cover this in its own independent episode. But I saw this and just thought, you know what? I better go live right now and fucking do some complaining because, folks, this right here is the kind of emotional pandering that the leftist politicians do, and the right does a different kind. The right uses fear more often, although the left is working hard at that with the be afraid of Donald Trump shit. But this is just bullshit. Michelle Obama's house built by slaves line is not iconic. It's hyperbolic, and it's not based in reality. Like I said, the fucking pyramids at Giza, folks. The pyramids at Giza were fucking built by slaves, okay? Not the fucking house Michelle Obama lives in. The house Michelle Obama lives in was built by a bunch of different people, and yes, including some slaves. That doesn't make it a house built by slaves. It makes it a house that some slaves helped build. And there is a significant difference, and you can tell when you look at the White House and the slaves that were used to build it versus the white tradesmen and the black freemen. And then you look at the fucking slaves that built the pyramids. You know, you learn in art history classes that there were craftsmen chiseling those fucking rocks. Maybe, but the craftsmen weren't fucking hauling them rocks to the top of the fucking pyramid. So while one could argue, yes, that the pyramids too were built by free men and free tradesmen, they really weren't. They may have been crafted. The blocks may have been crafted by fucking craftsmen. I'll give them that. But that's like saying that, you know, that would be like arguing that the reason slaves didn't build the White House is because the lumber yard was run by white people. Okay? It's different. Trust. Black slaves, black freemen, and white tradesmen all swung hammers equally on that fucking project. Yeah, they got different pay scales, because guess what? When the White House was built, slavery was a fucking thing. Again, Michelle wanted to make a fucking iconic statement at the DNC. She would have looked over and said afterwards that, you know, the iPhone she owns, it was built by slaves too. Or the chocolate she enjoys, built by slaves too. It's bullshit. Please don't allow fucking Lady Gaga to sway you on this, okay? And I believe incredible strong leader you are is probably a setup. It's an early setup. I think we're going to see Trump, Ted Cruz, Michelle Obama, and fucking shit. What's his name? Kanye West. Kanye West for 20 fucking 12, folks. Anyway, that's been some quick smoke to think on. This shit makes me mad as fuck. I'm so tired of watching celebrities support this garbage. And it is garbage. Trust me. If for a minute I thought that this wasn't just political pandering designed to trigger your emotional fucking cues, I wouldn't even be making a video about it. I'd let it slide. I'd be like, well, shit, you know, she's a black lady in the White House. Some slaves helped build it. I can see where she's coming from. But she ain't coming from there. She's coming from a point of manipulation. Her goal is to convince you that somehow, because her and her husband are black and in the White House, everything else she says is going to be true and right. And let me promise you, when she said Hillary Clinton was a good person and the best choice for president, she was lying to you. That's some smoke to think on, folks. Subscribe and like, and thanks to today's new subscriber. You know, we appreciate you. And I'm gonna double check in the morning if he's on, but there's other good channels and there's other smoke to think on kind of stuff out there. There's other people smoking and thinking on some stuff, and I want to introduce that to this audience, but I want to get permission first. So anyway, thanks a lot, folks. Enjoy your night, and you're not told enough in the world you're loved, so you know I love you. Thank you. Take it easy.